Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently down 3.25% to 39,927. Ethereum down 2.82% to 3016. We can see the market oscillating quite a lot. Luna has been hit, Ape has been hit. I've left links in the description of this video, such as the direct message link on Twitter, and there's also some other really valuable links in there. Please, if you want to refer to anything, go into the links. And of course, a really happy Easter to everyone. I'm sending love and well wishes to our entire community, and thank you for being such a beautiful and supportive community. It's just wonderful. As a community, we focus on maintaining a positive excellence life trend through real wealth. Integrity, decency, and kindness are really important, as well as inner and outer peace. All of these things are to move us out of Zone 1 and Zone 2 into Zone 3 and Zone 4. You can always tell Zone 2 thinking, it's always conflict-based, but Zone 3 and Zone 4 are all about learning and all about inner and outer peace. It's beautiful to keep on considering that life resets daily. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter who you were yesterday. You can be a completely different person today, a better one. And there's no need to wait for anything to change to become better. You can do it right now. Crypto technical analysts scientifically track investor attention. Investor attention is measured through reality. Reality is price, not promises. We have a very scientific structure behind our price analysis. We mark up the charts with the CTKS method, which is designed specifically to trap exponential price action and to help people to understand it and where it's going. We then look at outside trends, collect probabilities, check the world events. We look back into the crypto market, enhancing our pattern recognition and understanding that opportunities do reset daily, finding the market's focus. And I'm going to show you a couple of trades where we found the market's focus and we made a return. And then, of course, the most important thing, and I believe this section should be first in the masterclass, but it's here before trigger for a very specific reason. We need to focus on real wealth. Professionals are not emotional, and they understand the rules, the unwritten rules of money and wealth. If people don't understand real wealth, it's very easy for them to get caught perpetually in a loop in Zone 1 and Zone 2. And unfortunately, Zone 1 and Zone 2 are where we lose money. But we don't just lose money, we lose relationships, we lose so many things. Zone 1 and Zone 2 are not good zones. A happy life is actually founded on positive excellence. After we've done all of this hard work, and it is hard work, we get into the trigger section where we buy and sell through a variety of different methodologies. A lot of people want an easy solution. They want the roast duck to fly directly into their mouth by just sitting down. It'd be nice if that occurred, but that's not the way the world is wired. We have a very low attention society where people want things really fast and really easily. It's just not like that in this world. If you go after anything worthwhile, you must put the effort in. When people enter the crypto market, they're not sure how to trade, so they basically hold on for dear life. What we actually know is that all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell. An investor must buy, a trader must buy, an investor must sell at some stage, a trader must sell at some stage. What happens generally is investors, hodlers, tend to hold on. They have those diamond hands through the ups and the downs. What traders have is a diamond mind. A diamond mind with diamond hands is an absolute knockout combination. That's what it's all about. Traders think very differently from investors. Traders are only after a small amount. If we get the 10% per week rule, that creates 117.4x gain in a year. if we compound those gains every week. Now that's a really difficult thing to do, and you'd need a lot of knowledge, you need rules, you need patience. Believe it or not, you actually need patience to do this, and real wealth. And of course, you must BORSOG, you must buy on red. But how realistic is this? Getting 10% in a week, it sounds really tough, and the markets have just been coming down and down and down. I would like to thank this community member for actually sharing their trade on Ape. Ape is a really interesting project, and it's sure going up and down a lot. What this particular beloved community member did was that they bought $1,000 worth of Ape at 10.8928, and they sold it at 13.2881. What we actually look at, and this is what we do inside our community, we only focus, I only take someone's trade if they show me the actual source data, and this is how I teach inside the masterclass as well. So what we see here is this particular person bought Ape at this time and had a $999.95 with all of those decimal places, and then they sold 2 days later from the 12th to the 14th, and they sold in 2 lots. What actually happens when people sell, it doesn't mean that the particular transaction will be filled in one hit. You often get this from exchanges. So if we add up this 242.90 and this 976.94 111 we get 1219.84. That's not a bad return, actually. That's a 21.99% return. So what you can see that I've done is I've put in this 999, this $1,000, and I put in all the decimal places because we're very exact as crypto technical analysts. And then I put the addition of these two numbers, that 1219, that's in there. April 12th to April 14th, April 12th to April 14th, and calculate it. And we can see we've had a 21.99% return in 2 days. From an annualized perspective, this is a really insane return on investment. And I'm not saying that we're going after those things. I'm just saying that the annualized return on investment can be quite high. And I share trades like this. I get them every day. And the trades that I share are designed to show people it is possible to do, even in a downtrending market. As Beardy said, let's make 10% per week great again. The concept is, within just a couple of days, we've actually made more than we would make on interest in a bank account for quite a few years. Thank you to all the masterclass students who reach out and share their trades. It's just a beautiful thing to do. What we're all about as a community is mastering fear. Mastering fear is absolutely critical to do. When we master fear, what we're actually saying is to the bear, get out of here, bear. We're just not interested in you. We know how to trade. We know how to enter. We know how to exit. Combining a trading skill with an investing skill is just an absolute knockout combination. Every investor needs to know how to trade. Let's have a look at another example. This is Chile's CHZ. We can see Chile's from about the 30th of March 2022. It's come down about 35%. How could we make a return when, as an investor, you would be underwater with this particular trade? And we know all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell. So it's good to actually put that in your mind that you're making a trade anytime you invest. Let's analyze this particular trade. We can see on the 12th, this particular community member bought at $21.91, buy on red. The price was coming down and down and down, and this community member bought on red. This is really important. And we can see on the 14th, this community member sold on green, 25.09. Did they sell at the absolute top? No. Did they buy at the absolute bottom? No again. That's because in Zone 3, we do not care about tops and bottoms. We care about percentages. When we add all of this together, that's $6.99 and that $300, that becomes 999.9724. And what about these three figures, that 989, that 30, and that 125? They become 1145, 1076. What we do next is just pop it in the calculator to determine the particular return. We can see from the 12th to the 14th, again, that same 2 days, and $145 return, which is a 14.51% return. Over the span of a year, it's an absolutely insane annualized return, and that's not what we're about. We're just on the understanding that small percentages add up. The BORSOG rule, Rule 621, is literally a license to print money when you know how to do it. Buy on red, sell on green. BORSOG. And there is BORSOG, the price eagle. Good on you, BORSOG. A lot of people talk about the portfolio allocation between investing and trading. I would suggest it really very, very much depends on your skill level. If you've gone through the hard work, if you know how to mark up your charts, if you understand trends and timing, if you have a real well focus and you have the methodologies as to buy and as to sell, then you can allocate a larger portion. But I would always start small and scale. Rule 225, Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. The reason why we look at the US market, it's an absolute giant in terms of stock market capitalization compared to Japan, China, the UK. They're so tiny compared to the US. And also, when we look globally, we know the cryptocurrency is a tiny market in comparison with the stock market and the bond market. Crypto is the next evolution of the internet, from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, the Internet of Money, where you can actually own a slice of the internet by owning the protocol layer. It's so cool. And you're absolutely in the right market at the right time, right place in history. Well done. When we actually look at the adoption of the internet versus crypto, crypto has got decades to run. It's just at the start of its adoption cycle, and we're not even into hyper adoption yet. The critical thing is, what happened to Bitcoin? Well, we know that the Bitcoin cannot escape the US's stock market's gravity. So what happened to the NASDAQ 100? It sold down. What happened to fear? It spiked up. And we were anticipating this anyway, because price needs, or VIX, the fear gauge of the market, is quite suppressed. We would have expected it to come up more, and that's what I was warning people about yesterday. And well done to the Masterclass students who heard what I said. I know when people listen to the very subtle cues I put out because they do things like this. Well done, everyone. The truth is, it's always a trader's market, but I think things are going to be choppy for the next 5 years. What we actually see, the NASDAQ 100, actually just coming down to reconfirming a level of support. A lot of people will say, it's all over, run for the hills, NASDAQ to zero, Bitcoin to zero, oil to zero, bonds to zero, bond yields to zero, gold to zero, US dollar currency index to zero. They're going to say it, and it's absolutely not true. What actually is happening is just price is moving in a wave. Rule number 4, price moves in waves. This is really important rule, one of your most vital rules. When you understand the price moves in waves, it's a game changer. It changes everything. Because price is always moving in a wave, we must make in advance probabilistic choices. What happens if we're going long and price moves against us by going down? We must have an actionable strategy for that. What if price is going up and we're long? We have to have a strategy for that too. Or price just goes flat and goes sideways. We also need a strategy for that. There's a very, very big difference between retail trading and investing and smart money trading and investing. Retail is always governed by emotion, and professional smart money traders and investors are governed by running the numbers. What we can see is the NASDAQ 100 pulled Bitcoin's gravity down. It influenced the gravity of the entire crypto market, and we can see it here. We know that fear spiked up, but it hasn't really spiked up enough. Sometimes the VIX does go down in times like this, but just be aware we could get a little bit more choppy. We may actually come down a little bit further. When we look at bond prices, they're still going down. Bond yields going up. The gold futures, or gold itself, is in a long-term uptrend, and we can see the DXY actually met a level of resistance. It's too far extended at the moment. We can also see that oil overcame a level of resistance and has resumed up. What does this all mean? Is a crash imminent? Absolutely not. We're in mid-stage expansion. Expansion with a strong, very strong economy. And Jerome Powell said it so many times. The economy is very, very strong. It can withstand increases in interest rates. It's a long way away from contraction. Many people, when they're new to the crypto market, they say, I just want to look at my beloved alt. It's alt number 10,156, and it has literally zero market capitalization, and I just want to look at that. I don't care about the market, stock market. I don't even like it. Yuck, disgusting. And Bitcoin, that's too expensive. Who could ever afford 39,957? It's so expensive. This is a conceptual difference between Zone 1 and Zone 2, which is retail, and Zone 3 and Zone 4, which is professional, smart money. When people enter the crypto market, they want something really, really cheap. They want the 100 to 1 shot. And guess what? It is 100 to 1. Your probability of losing is very, very, very great. Professional traders wouldn't even look at long shots. They have no interest. They want something that is reasonably solid, has a lot of liquidity, and they don't look at price. For example, if Bitcoin goes up 10%, just let me know what your answer to this is in the comments. If Bitcoin goes up 10% and a beloved alt, which costs $0.00001, goes up 10%, which one do you make more money on? And the second part of that question, which one is more risky? We must look at the US market. We must look at trends outside the crypto market. And now we're coming back inside the crypto market with our scientific process. And we know that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. So we must look at Bitcoin, because what happened to your alt? Bitcoin happened. It's always good to look at the optimism inside the crypto market, which can be shown through crypto fear and greed. When we actually look at this, we've seen that fear has started to bottom out. It's done a bit of a bounce because this is a very low level or high level of fear, low level of optimism. And when we see aggregated open interest, it's still on the decline, but it's creating a bit of a turnaround pattern here. We'll keep our eye on things. When we look into Bitcoin itself, and we can see Bitcoin is now currently trading at 39,858, we can see this big jump up, and that was the NASDAQ 100. Of course, I say, Ken, prove it. Okay, there you go. That's the NASDAQ 100, and you can see the jump up there. A lot of people talk about the S&P 500. All the indices in the stock market tend to move in the same direction. We had the uptick here as well on the S&P. Have the shorts become more courageous? No, it's the longs. The longs are coming into the market and saying, yeehaw, I believe everything is going up. And the shorts have no confidence. They've given a no confidence vote. They're coming out of the market. Don't forget that public holiday trading is thin by nature and prices can jump around significantly. We're just going to be borsogging our way into prices at the moment because we don't think about price, we just think about percentage. Over the past 24 hours, there's been 122.43 million in liquidation across 45,370 positions. And we can see in the past 24 hours, about 73% of liquidations were long liquidations. Poor old longs got pretty hammered, but always the shorts are getting hit as well. There is no time in history that only one side gets hit. They both get hit, no matter what. Please bear this in mind. And as a beloved community member said, friends don't let friends leverage trade. What's actually hot right now? We can see Ape, Comp, SHIB, Bitcoin Cash, Audio, Chiliz, and they're not that hot. The market has come down, but the market was doing really well yesterday. That's why we must take advantage of those green days. BORSOG. BORSOG is a license to print money. And if you're not worrying about timing exact tops and exact bottoms, and we don't care, professionals don't care about exact tops and exact bottoms, you're going to do really, really well financially. Let's look into the crypto market and see how Bitcoin's gravity, this blue line, is actually impacting all our beloved alts. We can see Bitcoin actually holding a level of support. I've noted a couple of episodes ago, and I keep on talking about this because this is important and it's going to freak a lot of people out. We could get a long tail institutional wick down. If we get one of those wicks, do not be concerned. This is a fantastic BORSOG opportunity. These sharp angles reverse, and that is a rule that we have. Please bear in mind that this can happen. What actually happens when people get into technical analysis, they look at something like this and say, oh, the trend line's been violated, I must sell all. Actually, that's exactly what smart money wants you to do. As you get more adept at technical analysis, you'll understand that actually institutions and smart money are hunting stops below this. Why do they do that? Because they want people to learn not to put their stops there. And they want to help people to not leverage trade until they're professional. And when you're professional, you can do whatever you want because you know the rules of the market. Let's have a look at Ethereum following Bitcoin's gravity, but with more strength. And Binance Coin following Bitcoin's gravity. They're all following Bitcoin's gravity, and this is something to bear in mind. Even Cardano, let's zoom in there. You can see Cardano absolutely to a ping following Bitcoin's gravity. This is what people must understand about the crypto market. It's just not spoken about long enough. People don't talk about it, but I guess they don't talk about it because they want to make single particular videos on, for example, price prediction on ADA. And people say really weird things. They say ADA's going to the moon, but Bitcoin's going to plummet. It just shows you how very, very few influencers know that this gravity is absolute. Another thing, I don't do short videos. Why don't I do short videos? Ken, why don't you do short videos? Everybody else does short videos. I don't care about what everybody else is doing. But I've seen the things that other people do, and we've got some really good influencers out there. Absolutely. But a lot of them are very, very retail in their thinking, and that actually wrecks portfolios. What I'm after is showing you the mechanics and the rules of the market so you can be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. We can see Sol following Bitcoin's gravity. You notice how we only need to look at Bitcoin to understand what our beloved alts are actually doing. Luna following Bitcoin's gravity, AVAX following Bitcoin's gravity. Please let me know in the comments which one, if you could only pick one. And this is a really, really good thing to do. Zone 3 and Zone 4 have concentrated focus. Zone 1 and Zone 2 pick everything. So just pick one out of these top 8s. You don't have to put money in it. Just concept, have the concept. Where would I enter a particular trade if you were going into a trade on one of these 8? That's a really, really good exercise to do. Please bear in mind, we're coming up to public holiday trading, and that's really important to understand. Note that they say public holiday trading, not public holiday investing. That's because all investors trade whenever they buy or sell. Knowing and having the skills is absolutely vital to your success. Let's have a look at our community favorites. We can see Gala just retaining Bitcoin's fingerprint. They're all retaining Bitcoin's fingerprint. We can see actually Icon is a little bit stronger. That's really good. This relative differentiation is one thing that we look for to try to understand strength. You always want to seek to identify strong crypto projects. But strong does become weak after a time. Remember, price is always moving in a wave. Veracity, just coming down to its support level. We can see Zilliqa coming back, just following Bitcoin's fingerprint. You can see how many of these alts actually just follow Bitcoin's fingerprint. This is a bit of a game changer because most people in Zone 1 and Zone 2 will never ever look at Bitcoin. They say, it's too expensive. I don't want to look at that. I need something really cheap because I want a lot of it. Don't worry about price. Worry about percentage. Let's do a bonus 8. When we look at Matic is coming down to a level of support, and we can see Bitcoin's price action. Bitcoin's fingerprint is driving literally every alt. There are exceptions, but you'd be surprised how non-exceptional they actually are. Atom, Cosmos, going with Bitcoin's fingerprint. Now, people would look at NEAR and say, that's not going anywhere near Bitcoin's fingerprint. Look, it went up and Bitcoin's come down and NEAR's done, it's done quite well. Well, let's actually hypothesize on that. Let's just zoom in a little bit. You can see the price action following. This is really important to understand. It doesn't always follow. Sometimes different cryptos will go out of alignment, but for around 90% of their time, even if they're out of alignment, they're in directional correlation. They're actually following the pings of the market, just like this. This is really, really good to know. A lot of people do not know this. For example, look at that. That's very cool. And when you see an over-exaggeration in an upward tick in Bitcoin playing out against an alt, that could mean it's going to pop. There's a lot of knowledge you need to know about how to select. So even when things seem to go out of alignment, they're not so out of alignment as a lot of people think. We can see Rose just following Bitcoin's gravity, Phantom following Bitcoin's gravity, CHR doing the same, LRC doing the same, Axie Infinity doing the same. I'd like to get your opinion on Ape, so please leave a comment. Is Ape following Bitcoin's gravity? This is a really important thing to look at. On first view, you would say, no, Ken, Ape is just escape Bitcoin's gravity. But the key here is to actually zoom in to understand what's going on. Is it following Bitcoin's gravity? Just let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm just running through this so you can get a bit of an understanding of where the sell-offs, do they meet the sell-offs? Sell-offs, do they meet? Sell-off. Actually, does it happen? And this is really, really important for you to understand. Because if you understand it, you will definitely be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Now let's zoom out. I'm not suggesting you get into Ape. People can do whatever they feel is best in the crypto market. I don't give out any tips or tricks or recommendations or anything like that. I just share the rules that will make you more of a financial blessing. The first rule is absolutely do your own research and make sure that you can tolerate the risk of certain things. Now, when you look at Bitcoin's gravity like this, do you have a different perception of how gravity is playing out on Ape? Please let me know in the comments. These are really, really important things to discuss. And we have a magnificent community. I just love reading all the comments. I'm always hearting comments and saying, yep, I'm seeing what you're writing, and I do my best to read everybody's comment. Part of making it into Zone 3 is to know that life is full of abundance and life wants you to be successful. Life is always resetting every day. Life is always waiting for you to be ready for abundance and more abundance. If you actually obey the rules, and a lot of them are unwritten when it comes to financial markets, if you can obey those, they are rules that I share, you will definitely be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. Fighting against self-doubt and self-sabotage is absolutely critical. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you as part of our globally extended family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for mentoring Masterclass students, and of course a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global KS family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use and also the 80% off link. You can contact an ambassador to get that. Please go through this particular link in the description. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenario. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.